Ladies and gentlemen, in my previous video, my previous analysis, I noticed that some of my supporters in this channel were complaining that I'm being too biased on the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. But I want you to realize one thing. There's no need for me to lie to you, for me to get subscribers. There's no need for me to lie to you to get views. If I tell you what you only want to hear, then there's no need for me to do what I'm doing in this channel. Everything that I report, I always give factual political events that are currently going on. So my work here is only to update you, to be updated in the current political affairs. Like for instance, in this case here, it is very clear, crystal clear, that there is no way the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is going to survive, politically speaking. Why am I saying this? Because currently, as we speak, first of all, over 291 MPs have already signed for his impeachment. Number two, the former head of state Uhuru Kenyatta, or the Kenyattas, have also rejected Rigathi Gachagua. Just recently, Uhuru Kenyatta dismissed Rigathi Gachagua's apology through an information that was delivered by none other than the Jubilee Party Secretary General, Jeremiah Kioni. There will be a public participation about Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment, whereby each and every Kenyan will have a say, will have an opinion. I know that majority of Kenyans will sign for Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. The courts have also rejected Rigathi Gachagua. The courts have failed to block Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. Remember that the courts are the only place where Rigathi Gachagua can defend himself. Even President William Samuel Ruto himself has refused completely to save his Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, I was reading an article from President William Ruto's closest ally, Sosion, who was saying this. Let me just read for you this information. It is very important. If it is about the Constitution and oversight, one thing I admire about the president is that he will not be there for you. You will be there for yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to be accountable for your own individual actions. On impeachment, everyone should carry their own cross. And someone was telling me that the only reason as to why William Ruto has refused to save his Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, it is because during the Gen Z's protest, you can still remember very well, Rigathi Gachagua left William Ruto under the bus. The only person who rescued William Ruto, the only person who stood by William Ruto, was none other than Raila Amolo Odinga himself. Rigathi Gachagua did not save William Ruto in any way. So somebody was telling me, the same person was telling me, why then should William Ruto save Rigathi Gachagua? Yet Rigathi did not save William Ruto during the time of need. Also, the DCI, the EACC, the NIS are after Rigathi Gachagua. But in this particular video here, ladies and gentlemen, I just want us to talk about the NIS, the National Intelligence Service, because they delivered a shocking information updating us about Rigathi Gachagua's arrest. Before I read for you the information that we are going to discuss in this video, if you're listening to me and you haven't subscribed to this channel, I want you to take 1 second or two and subscribe down below for you to be able to receive more political updates from this channel like the one that I'm currently doing right now. And to my returning subscribers, I really want to appreciate you for your support. Honestly, I don't take the support for granted. You can also give this video a like just to appreciate my work, whatever I'm doing, and also for YouTube to recommend this video in particular and this entire platform to reach out to more people. Because I believe that is the only way that we can improve this channel to grow. And I also want you to follow this video to the end so that you can understand what exactly we are talking about here. So let us begin right from here. One dangerous political mistake that the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua committed, and I'm sure 100% that Rigathi Gachagua currently is totally regretting about it, was to provoke the National Intelligence Service Director General by the name Nordin Haji.
Where the problem is, we have a dysfunctional National Intelligence Service. So many Kenyans would not have died. Property would not have been destroyed. Offices would not have been touched. There would have been no mayhem. But they slept on the job. It had to take people to die, property to be destroyed, protests across the country for the president to know the truth of what the people of Kenya feel. Yet, there is an organization paid for by the public to brief the president and the government about the feeling of the Kenyan people. Officers of the National Intelligence Service, officers of the National Police Service have told me in confidence they did not get advance intelligence briefs about the magnitude of the protest in Eldoret, in Kericho, in Nairobi, in Githurai, in Embu, in Nyeri. Since independence, there has been protests around Parliament. Never have protesters invaded and gotten inside Parliament. Senior officers have told me in confidence they did not have an advance intelligence brief about the intensity of the protest so that they prepare in advance. The National Intelligence Service slept on the job. And the problem is simple. The Director General of the National Intelligence Service, Nordin Haji, was a junior officer in the National Intelligence Service before he was appointed as DPP. When he was appointed to the office of the Director General, because of inferiority complex, he chased away all the people who were senior to him when he was in the service, therefore crippling the capacity of that service and making it dysfunctional. 3 directors were chased away and reassigned to desk jobs in ministries across government. 13 assistant directors, men and women with proven track record of intelligence collection and analysis, were removed from the National Intelligence Service, leaving a shell under a clueless Director General who has no capacity to run the organization. And that is why the security sector was caught off guard by the intensity, the anger of the Kenyan people, the agitation of the Kenyan people, the resilience of the Kenyan people. Had Nordin Haji done his job, we will not be where we are today. He has no capacity. He is out of the country most of the time on business trips. The country is on his own. My boss, President William Ruto, is exposed that he has to back down and admit that he has hurt the people of Kenya. Yet this matter has been in public domain for the last 2 months. I want to say that Nordin Haji must take responsibility for the deaths that occurred. He must take responsibility for the mayhem. He must take responsibility for failing President William Ruto. He must take responsibility for failing the government of the Republic of Kenya. he must take responsibility for failing the Kenyan nation by not doing his job and advising correctly. And he must do the honorable thing, not just take responsibility, but resign from that office and allow the president to pick a competent director general. I want to request President William Ruto to consider, as a matter of urgency, to recall the 3 directors who are removed from the service and the 13 assistant directors to come and help reconstruct the service and get sanity back to the National Intelligence Service to serve the president, the government, and the people of Kenya.
And that is exactly what led to the fallout between Rigathi Gachagua and Nordin Haji, which is very dangerous. Also, Rigathi Gachagua said this about the NIS. Let me just read for you. He said this: we have a dysfunctional National Intelligence Service who are sleeping on their job. And in response to Rigathi Gachagua's accusation, the NIS delivered a very shocking information. And I'm going to read for you only 2 points from the statement that the NIS delivered directly to Rigathi Gachagua. When you go to point number 5 here, this is what the NIS said. The DP should be aware that this service has files and extensive information about him that are damaging to him, but we have kept it under wraps. We invite Rigathi Gachagua to shed off the deputy president tag so that this service can show him what a personal fight looks like. So from this information, it is very clear that the NIS has a lot of information. But what is protecting Rigathi Gachagua not to be arrested currently? It is because of his title. He is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Also, the NIS said this. Let me just read for you number 1 here. The first point, it says, the NIS reports directly to the President as the Commander-in-Chief. The role of the President as the Commander-in-Chief has no deputy. So the Deputy President will not know what the service presents to the President in its report. It is like the NIS knew very well that Rigathi Gachagua will be impeached very soon, will be out of power very soon, so that he can be arrested. And I'm told that the NIS already has filed cases that will arrest Rigathi Gachagua on the following grounds. Because you can ask why Rigathi Gachagua will be arrested. The number 1 reason as to why Rigathi Gachagua will be arrested, it is because he is being accused of money laundering. When you look at this article from the newspaper, PD, it explained very well about this. That the headline is, the DP Rigathi Gachagua's dirty linen. It says, William Ruto and Raila Odinga MPs are going up to sign impeachment motion against Rigathi Gachagua, depicting him as tribal bigot, number 2, money laundering, threat to judges, and unfit for public office. So he's being accused of money laundering. That case can arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Number 2, Rigathi Gachagua is being a threat to the judges. If you can still remember very well, just a few months ago, Rigathi Gachagua publicly insulted, he embarrassed the judge by the name Esther Maina, demanding for his removal from office. And according to the sources, Esther Maina refused to be bribed by Rigathi Gachagua. That is exactly what led to their fallout. Already Esther Maina has proof of all this. The case about bribery and corruption will lead Rigathi Gachagua to be arrested. Number 3, the graft case. Rigathi Gachagua is being accused of 5 billion that he acquired through corruption. I mean, properties worth 5 billion. All this is under investigation by the ESCC. And number 4, it is about the Gen Z protests. Rigathi Gachagua funded the Gen Zs to protest. In the process, very many lives were lost. And the only reason as to why Rigathi Gachagua was doing this was to punish President William Ruto for the Finance Bill 2024 to be withdrawn. That is exactly what led to the fallout between Rigathi and President William Ruto. So I want us to wait and see how things will turn out to be. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I would really want to know your thoughts, your opinion in the comment section down below. But just like I had said it earlier on, at the beginning of this particular video, whatever I'm giving you, it is not always what you want to hear. I want us to be very open in this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more political updates. Let me see you again in my next video analysis. Remember, my name is Jason. Bye-bye and have a good night. Thank you.